Is it possible to get your ex back when there's a third party involved, a meddlesome third person who just seems to be inserting themselves into your situation? Or maybe your ex is just, drawn towards this person for some reason, and because of that, they're not able to get as close to you as you'd like them to. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, and please stay tuned through to the end because we're going to be covering some tools and strategies you can use to save your relationship even if there is a third party involved. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. So let's go ahead and get into this. When there's a third party involved, it can be very distressing and upsetting for obvious reasons, you want to have a relationship with someone else, and that person, maybe is closed off to that idea or is not as interested in that idea because there is some sort of new, shiny object kind of person in front of them. So what do you do? Now, I know that your instincts, or at least my instincts when I was in that situation, were to try to put down this third party, try to tell my big ex, oh, you shouldn't be with that guy. He's no good. I'm so much better than him. All these reasons, right? That guy's he's just doing that to win you over. He just wants to sleep with you. All that, and sure, maybe that was true. Probably was, but that's not going to help you out. When you focus in on the other person and trying to downplay them and trying to make them look bad and trying to make yourself look good, it's going to most likely backfire on you because it's just going to cause you to come across as petty, as attached to outcome, as validation seeking, as having a hidden agenda, and all these other sorts of things we've talked about in this channel for quite a while. Instead, what you do want to do is you want to focus on you, okay? Because if you focus on you, we'll get into this throughout this video, but if you focus in on you, you're going to be setting yourself up to win no matter what happens, but also you're going to be doing the right things to allow things to play out in your favor. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, if there's a third party involved here, and if the two of you broke up, you have to understand that, number one, there's a reason why the two of you broke up. I don't know what that was. Probably something like a lack of trust, different of values, incompatibility, perceived incompatibility, something like that. These are like the common ones that I hear all the time, but who knows what it might have been for you. And so the breakup happened because there was some sort of problems. Now, even though the breakup happened, you and your ex are probably still, emotionally anyway, used to seeing each other as partners, okay? You're used to seeing them as your partner, and they're used to seeing you as their partner, even if the two of you broken up, especially if it happened fairly recently. And so if they are interested in someone else besides you, I'm sure it could have been just the drama of what happened in the relationship, fighting, all that sort of stuff. But there's also probably something in this other person that your ex, your partner, is getting from them that they don't think that they can get from you. People ask me about cheating and stuff sometimes, and it's like, okay, your partner's not just going to cheat on you because there happens to be another man or a woman nearby. No, it's going to happen because they think that they can get some sort of need met that they're not able to get from you. If you were happily in a relationship with someone, if you were happily married or happily committed or something, then you're not going to want to cheat. It's just not going to happen, right? If you're getting all your needs met from your partner, it's just not going to happen. People don't just cheat because it's there and oops, I couldn't help it, right? No, it's because there's something that they're getting. Like maybe, they aren't feeling respected by you for some reason, and someone comes along who seems to be respecting them, and so then they start to feel, oh wow, I've been missing this in my relationship. I want to spend more time with this person. I'm thinking of developing feelings for this person, and then things happen, and then they start to either be in a relationship with that person or cheat on you with that person or whatever. And I'm not trying to blame this on you or anything like that, but that's just how it probably went down from your partner's perspective. So it's worth looking at and saying, okay, is there something that they needed that I was unable to give them? Is there something that they needed that I was neglecting? Is there something that they needed that I was not providing to them just due to maybe my own stresses in life, my own circumstances, my own priorities, etc.? And go ahead and take an honest look. Again, I'm not trying to blame you for them leaving or blame you for them being interested in someone else. But it's like, again, if you're meeting all of their needs, they're not going to be interested in someone else. So take a look at that. And also just know that not everyone is built for commitment, okay? Like narcissists, serial players, pickup artists, people that, need to validate themselves through, romantic or sexual conquests, things like that. It's not your fault. They just have some sort of narrative in their mind that says like, hey, if, X number of people sleep with me, then I'm finally, a real man, or, whatever, right? And that's obviously not something that you can shake them out of. They have to come out of that narrative themselves. They have to be able to say, you know what, my sense of self-worth comes from within me, not from how many, random people on a planet of, 8 billion people are attracted to me, right? But anyway, that's a whole story. Again, not trying to blame you. There are many circumstances in which people just are not in an emotional place where they're ready to have a committed relationship, and they're ready to show up as an adult, right? And that's not your fault. By the way, if you do like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed. And please make sure you hit the bell icon as well too. All of these things help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and they help promote this video and this channel to other people who might benefit from it. So it's a good way to pay it forward. If you need to correct something, if you weren't showing appreciation for your partner for whatever reason, maybe you're just too spread thin with work, maybe you were stressed out about all the sorts of things going on in the world these days, maybe something else was going on, who knows? But if you weren't providing them with something that they needed, then now's the time to step it up and to start showing that. Like, not in a try hard kind of way, but to just actually show it. Not as if you're trying to compensate and trying to outdo the third party with appreciation or respect or whatever it might be, but just as a way of saying like, hey, our breakup was a wake-up call for me, and I realized my priorities were out of alignment, and now I'm getting it back into alignment, and this is how I'm doing it. But just embody that change and move forward. And then additionally, the biggest thing that you can really do, align yourself with what you want the most for you. Align yourself with what you want the most for your life and how you want to show up. For a lot of people, this means aligning themselves with love. Love for another person, love for themselves, love for their own life. Other people, it could be something else more specific. It could be, going for it with that career, or it could be, setting healthy boundaries or whatever. But, align yourself with what you want. And I can tell you that if you do that, if you really focus in on that way of being, then you're going to be setting yourself up for the best success that you possibly can. Because the more you step into embodying love, the more you step into becoming the best version of yourself, the right person will love you. The right person will choose to be with you. If you have to contort yourself into some sort of human pretzel or something in order to get someone to love you, if you have to pretend to be into football when you don't care about football, if you have to, cater to their every whim and all of that sort of stuff, then that's not going to help you out. If you have to hold yourself back, from your dreams and your career and your truest potential so that you don't, slight them by outshining them or something like that, then that's not going to be a great setup. And chances are you're probably going to feel some sort of resentment or contempt or something down the line anyway. But the thing is as long as you're aligning yourself for love, love will find you. It will. It may not necessarily come through the person, through the vessel that you want it to, but it will find you. And I can promise you, even though that may not sound very enticing right now, when it does come, you'll have never wanted it to be any other way. If you talk to me like, a day or a week or something, after my big ex broke up with me for the final time, I probably would have wanted to get back together with her, right? But I can tell you through the time that I spent after that, healing myself and working through my own emotional issues and all of that, that I was able to align myself with love, which was more than she was able to offer me at that point in time. And because of that, I was able to pull into my life this amazing woman who is now my wife. And the thing is, if I was just who I was right there back when me and my big ex broke up, I'm pretty sure there's no way a woman like my wife would have been interested in me. But because I was able to work through a lot of my own emotional issues and energetic blocks and everything like that, I was able to get that love no matter what, even though it didn't come to me in the form that I may have wanted it to back then, right after the breakup. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, because I know that I have a woman who's really on my side, who's compatible with me, who wants the same things in life. And yeah, we have our usual relationship problems and all that, but like we have a great relationship. We really do. And so I want to encourage you to know that as long as you're aligning yourself with love, you will always win. Love will find you. It's just a matter of time. And it may not come in the form that you want it to. It may not come through the person that you want it to. But it will find you, and you'll never wish that it came to you any other way at all. Anyway, with that being said, thanks so much. Take care. And if you like, please go ahead and check out this video series over here on how to attract the kind of loving relationship in your life that you're looking for. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.